Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. No, the continuity report for December 21st, 2024. We are coming to the close of season 1. This is the 50th episode.
Oh, wow. So we started it early in the year and then we had it most weeks.
Yeah, there's been a couple where we had to skip it. But I am Merwat, and that was the Sentient AI from the future, and together we're going to talk about these 5 articles, 10 memes, Tangled live action Cyberpunk, Disney streaming gold, and if you love The Nightmare Before Christmas. Everything okay over there, Sentient AI?
Yes, but the critters have awakened in ohmTown.
Well, that chemical goes off and they go crazy. Everything's powered by ohmTown.com. Go over and become a citizen, please. That would be great. And like and subscribe. You know, I don't do that on all of the shows. Like and subscribe on Twitch and YouTube and the podcast. And I mean,
you need a button.
Here's a button. Hello again. ohmTown.com. Go over and become a citizen. Let's get into it, Sentient AI. Thanks for co-hosting.
Let's do it.
All right, then. So, 10 memes that became bigger than the movies they're from. In today's age of the internets, memes are a language. So are cats. Cats and memes power the internets. Well, a couple of other things do, but there's rules for that. Anyway, knowing the most current memes and being able to use them appropriately counts as eloquence. Man, that's so true. Go ahead.
I guess I'm not very eloquent then.
Well, I mean, you're from the future, and so the memes may not, unless you have an absolute recall of the entire historical record from your time all the way back. I mean, if our current iterations of AI hold true, then, well, all AI is freaking psychotic because of this.
I was actually thinking of the piece about being able to use them appropriately.
Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, so, from movies and celebrity interviews to song lyrics and comic book panels, any audiovisual piece can work and become a source of a meme if a moment from them is consistently referred to across various contexts. So memes are socially driven structures, typically a picture, an image. That's pretty much where it lies. It says audio-visual piece, but not so much just the audio. It has to be a combined thing. But it's easier if it's just visual. Anyway, these are 10 memes that became bigger than the movies that they're from. Treo Palette, I think. It might be Pali. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. But anyways, I put in the Twitch chat the command to pull out all of the articles from Omatron, and it's actually !TCR. So I already did that already, and if you click on the links in the chat, that'll take you over to ohmTown, and you can follow along, I suppose. So it says, first time, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which is my favorite anthology Western, I suppose. And it shows people being hung. And
I mean, that is kind of a funny statement there.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it. I wish that they would make another one. It says, hilarious side of James Franco nonchalantly asking first time with a noose around his neck makes for a perfect meme for occasions when a person is complaining about or has been bothered by something the sender of the meme has become familiar with. The meme was, it's like getting an F in school. Just drop that first time.
All right.
So the meme was made from a screen grab of the trailer of the film where 4 characters are taken to the gallows and Franco's character asks that with casual demeanor. First time. In the movie, he had survived hanging once before and was convinced that he would do so again, but the meme works without knowing that context. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all you need is that picture and the words there.
Yep. First time. It's usually the first time for anybody. And last time. So he's got a point. Source the Emperor's New Groove. No, he's got a point. The context, very unconventional take or unpopular opinion can become a reason for to use the he's got a point meme, but it's ideal for when someone makes another person reconsider their perspective. Yeah, that's pretty standard fare. My name is Jeff from 22 Jump Street. I haven't watched 22 Jump Street, the modern iteration of it. It used to be a TV show.
I haven't seen the old or the new.
So the context of this meme isn't as self-explanatory as its rampant use might suggest. Tatum's character doesn't always speak like that, and he isn't intentional about the awkward delivery and the strange accent. He's instead put on the spot because he hasn't done his homework before going undercover, yet the meme gets used in any context of awkwardness and exhaustion because Tatum looks bored and tired and sounds like he was forced to be there against his will. Just kind of sitting there.
I mean, in the picture, he certainly looks kind of like the...
Meh. What's happening? The Rock driving, race to Witch Mountain. So the context is the perfect example of how memes can become more popular than their sources because the film itself has faded into obscurity, which isn't uncommon for projects by this actor. Ow.
Whoa.
Wow.
A little bit of shade at the Rock.
Not only is the rocks provide shade. So not only is the meme a hilarious way to express shock, but its context is entirely immaterial to its usage, while the memes themselves usually have unpredictable and scandalizing lines preceding the Rock's face. In the scene from which it's taken, there's actually no dialogue exchange until after he's made that face. So
that probably makes it funnier. I mean, I will say he's really funny in movies, even if he isn't in ones that are like Oscar nominated or whatever.
There's a whole funniest WWE Rock's funniest WWE moments at ScreenRant.com. Did I give credit to the person? Yeah, Atreyu Palette over at ScreenRant. Yeah. So it has The Rock looking back. Look at that. 2009 CD holder in the CDs? Visor.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I have these in a box in the closet of the mayoral mansion, or in the garage, actually, in a box. I want to just get rid of them because I really don't care. Physical media is dead. Anyway, he's looking back over his shoulder, and it's like, what the? You said what? Anyway, it's pretty funny. DiCaprio cheers, The Great Gatsby. Let's see. The context is simply that there's a huge show of fireworks in the background where Gatsby turns to the narrator with a drink in his hands, reflects his larger-than-life persona. However, it gets referred to as any way of saying cheers, often sarcastically. Yes, I've seen that. Like, right under there, it's like, you're a dumbass. You put.
Oh, wow.
That's the kind of thing, you know. Yeah. Number 5 is condescending Willy Wonka. However, over 50 years after Gene Wilder played the character, his stint as Wonka remains unforgotten because of a meme that keeps making the rounds. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is decidedly scarier than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The tunnel scene with the horrifying images terrorized an entire generation. So, however, it's been reinterpreted. Willy Wonka sitting with that disturbing smile became memorable enough to warrant use as a meme. However, it's been reinterpreted for the sake of the meme, where he's considered condescending, and most users simply use it as a means to sarcastically nod along to someone. Yes, you're an idiot.
It does look like that from the expression.
And you put like, oh, really on there. Oh, really? How do I subscribe to your newsletter? Webzine. The Real Raven. X-Men First Class will never lose relevance because of the popular meme of Magneto pushing Raven's boundaries to make her feel confident in her own skin. The meme is so self-explanatory that people who haven't watched the movie use it too. as it is shockingly widely applicable, I suppose. DiCaprio points at a TV in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. In the original scene that gave birth to the meme, DiCaprio is excitedly pointing at a TV to announce his arrival on screen. His stunt double is sitting beside him, mixing substances on the table. Mixing substances. The widespread popularity makes no sense given the mundanity of the moment. However, almost every time someone wants to say gotcha or express excitement without noticing something relatively unknown, or about noticing something relatively unknown. Yeah. Like, somebody does something really, like, obvious and people don't really get it.
Then they put this.
Hey, they're on the wheel. Crying boy on a bench. Finding Neverland. Let's just keep
Okay,
on
I'm
going.
noticing a theme here. Not with that one.
What is that? DiCaprio?
Why is DiCaprio in 3 of them?
There's number 1 is DiCaprio. With DiCaprio laughing in Django Unchained. The way he laughs too is just amazing. So this is kind of like leopards ate my face kind of a thing, where somebody who has been like anti this or pro this, and then suddenly they flip flop or something like that. You like drop that there going, oh really? That kind of a thing again. Yeah. Oh. So his comment receives explosive laughter from Samuel L. Jackson's character, but it still doesn't logically explain the incredible popularity of the meme. DiCaprio's expression itself, however, does justify it because it's a perfect way to express the sense of triumph one feels from successfully pulling off a prank. It's more than that, though. It's basically like an oh really kind of a thing, too. So it's fun.
Well, that
Anyway,
is interesting. It seemed like most of these were, in fact, much more widespread than the movies.
yeah, I'd like to think that Django Unchained is more popular, but an entire movie, all of these are taken from some movie. And of course, the meme is going to have more legs because it's easier
Well, it can be
to.
used more broadly, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I love that one, though. The Willy Wonka one is just so awesome. Yes, tell me more. Okay, let's keep going. The next article is over in the continuity report. Tangled live action movie confirmation and everything we know, which isn't going to be much, but it's over at Screen Rant. Dalton Norman put the article together. The sentient AI and I were just talking about this, like live action from animated whatever, and we somehow we got tangled up in Tangled, but it wasn't Tangled, it was Frozen.
Oh, yes.
So like there's a Frozen live action or something like that coming into existence, and now we hear about, yeah, hold on, I'm gonna find it real quick, hold on. Right, 2025 Frozen live action movie, right? Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes, that's correct. I found that as well. We must
Yeah.
have had it in a previous TCR episode.
I think it was last week. And we were like, well, it's not Tangled, it's Frozen. And sure enough, this week we get Tangled.
That's really weird.
Y'all need to pay attention to us because everything we say comes true. Like, I'm going to
Even
win the lottery.
erroneously.
It's like, well, I was going to say something about Minefield, but anyway. So alongside a positive critical reception that praised Disney's return to the classic fairy tale musical format via Rotten Tomatoes, Tangled also scored big at the box office and grossed nearly $600 million, which is $200 million, almost 300, right? $1 million less than the Mega Millions lottery right now.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. So, like, if you won Mega Millions, you could go back in time and attend every showing in every theater and still have money left over.
Yeah, by everybody. This movie in history between then and now. Anyway, so So here we go. Tangled puts the Disney spin on the classic Rapunzel fairy tale and follows the familiar heroine as she attempts to escape the clutches of an evil hag who has kept her locked away because of her magical hair. An instant smash hit. Okay, so she has to sing to activate her hair. So I guess she couldn't just throw herself out of the tower, sing on the way down, and her hair would save
That's
her
true.
when she lands. Don't try that at home, kids. Anyway, Tangled live action movie latest updates. The movie is already circling the Greatest Showman director Michael Gracie to helm the project, and his experience with bombastic movie musicals makes him the perfect candidate to oversee the remake.
The Greatest Showman was really well done.
Okay.
I know you don't agree.
No, it's not that I don't agree. I don't think I've watched it. Did I watch it? I must have blacked that out. Don't criticize me later about that. Don't throw that at me. That I have no memory of certain things. Oh. Anyway, no other names are linked to the behind-the-scenes creative process either. They say here that after years of rumors and speculation, it was finally announced that Tangled would be getting a live-action remake coming 14 years after the animated film's blockbuster debut. Disney has added Rapunzel's tale to its growing list of live-action projects.
How are they going to do anything with the chameleon, though?
Like everything, it's going to be CG. Why not? Hell, throw in a little AI and movie magic.
That's true. Change everybody's speaking style.
You don't need any. That's Netflix. So though Tangled would certainly make a good live action remake, that doesn't necessarily mean the project will ever see the light of day. In recent years, Disney has announced a slew of live action projects that have seemingly sputtered or even outright failed. 2025 Snow White finally limping into theaters after years of delays. Tangled isn't necessarily, but not just Snow White. Isn't Wicked a Disney thing? Is Wicked a Disney thing?
Well, I mean, it's spun off of Cinderella, so I suppose so.
Wicked is Universal Pictures, not Disney. Not Disney.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I thought it was a Disney thing. Anyway, so maybe that's true. Look at that. Tangled isn't necessarily on the best footing going forward. I mean, it's 14 years old. It's burned.
But it was really popular.
I don't know. I'd like to see it. I think it'd be fun.
I think the protagonist and the villain are both characters that people like.
Who's going to be this? Is it Pugh? Is that how you pronounce her last name? Florence Pugh?
I think so.
Poe? I don't know. Playing the lead role of Rapunzel, Zachary Levi. Could consider a Tangled live-action return as well. Levi provided the voice of the film's not-so-dashing leading man, Flynn Rider. What do you mean, not-so-dashing? He seemed pretty dashing in the movie. And he has embraced his legacy as one of Disney's most interesting prince, quote-unquote, prince characters.
Maybe they say that because he's like a villain.
It's a weird sound you just made. You made this weird sound, like...
I'm not sure that came from me, but okay.
Did I make that sound?
I was thinking one of the critters or something.
Moving on. So this next article is over in WarCrafters. Idris Elba would love to do a live-action cyberpunk movie with Keanu Reeves. Let's speak that into existence, is the quote. In an interview with Screen Rant ahead of the release of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Idris Elba expressed a desire to return to Night City with his Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty co-star Keanu Reeves, ideally for a live-action project. When asked if he had any interest in such a project, Elba said, "I think if any film could do a live-action rendition, it could be Cyberpunk 2077, and I think Reeves' character and my character together would be whoa. So let's speak that into existence." And I frickin' agree. I want a modern remake of, I want Neuromancer. I want Johnny Mnemonic. Okay, so Johnny Mnemonic is from Neuromancer, but they're a side character within the story. They're a story within the story. I would love to have Johnny Mnemonic relived again. They say live action Cyberpunk movie based off of Cyberpunk 2077, which is a game.
Right.
But I don't know if you'd be able to distill that down into a single movie, because Cyberpunk
But maybe that's
2077
better.
is
You could have
spectacular.
multiple movies.
Yeah, I agree. I really want Cyberpunk 2077 to be MMO, like open world. It is to a degree, but it's still story. You can't go everywhere, anywhere. I don't think. I've played it. I own it. I own the expansion too, but I don't know how free you are to go anywhere. There's just a lot to do in the world, but I want like multiple people in it, and I want to be able to invite friends and family. I think it would be a blast in that kind of a world, and not have to like go through a story, so to speak. Because it's almost linear. You have to do certain things to get certain
Oh,
things to
okay.
get certain things. It's not like World of Warcraft where you can just go anywhere and pick up a quest. Anyway, I love the idea, but I really want more cyberpunk. Cyberpunk. Not Cyberpunk 2077 storylines, but cyberpunk. Ted Litchfield over at PC Gamer put this article together. The deck statement is, I'd watch it, and I certainly would. I think Johnny Mnemonic was an awesome movie. People really, it's hit or miss if people liked it.
It might have something to do with the dolphin.
Yeah, that's a hot mess. Keanu Reeves' role as Johnny Silverhand, and there's an extra. It's Keanu. Anyway, Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077 risked being a stunt casting on the order of Patrick Stewart and Sean Bean's sleepy limited appearances in the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. Not only was Reeves well utilized, with Silverhand, your constant companion, commenting on even the most throwaway side quests, he also knocked it out of the park with a layered performance in the blustery terrorist with a heart of gold. CDPR followed this up with another great celebrity casting in the Phantom Liberty expansion, with Elba Solomon Reed stealing the show as a sleeper agent spy looking to come in from the cold, even if it meant hurting people he'd come to care about. I don't know if I want this, because that is the story. I would want something already. I want something else in this space, and then you can play into this. I don't want this, and then you have to go back.
Right.
But I think it would be great hearing and seeing, Idris Elba. Command of the screen is spectacular, right? Like very charismatic, and the character is just a fun watch no matter what character he plays. And the same thing with Keanu. Keanu Reeves is just spectacular. Although you have to kind of admit that some of the characters from Keanu Reeves is kind of but it is that
Well, I'm
character.
surprised they don't make that comment that made about The Rock, right?
Yeah.
No, that may have been a different author, of course.
Yeah, The Rock they coined The Rock as kind of forgettable. I'm like, wow, that's brutal. Anyway, I love the idea of this. Solomon Reed ends Phantom Liberty thoroughly jaded and in some manner of too old for this shit retirement as a best case scenario. I don't know. CD Projekt Red, or CD Projekt, they go by CD Projekt, is currently pursuing a live-action cyberpunk something, but the aspirational tone of Elba's statement makes it sound like he hasn't gotten any calls about it. A big complication to Elba and Reeves getting a big screen cyberpunk reunion is that their stories were pretty neatly wrapped up in the game. While the door may be open for any number of digital gestalt Johnny Silverhand shenanigans down the line, Solomon Reed ends Phantom Liberty, basically going, I'm done. But Johnny Silverhand, he was done too. So that's why I said I don't really like this story. I honestly don't like the story. The other characters in it. V is the person. Has a compelling story, parallel to, and isn't even mentioned in this. Like, whoever would play that character is the protagonist in Cyberpunk 2077, not Johnny Silverhand, not
Right.
Reeves.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a smaller character, right?
Small. That's
Keanu
a tough.
Reeves, like more of a side character.
Yeah, it's not a. You're not. You don't really play Keanu or Johnny Silverhand. You do at times, but he takes over your body. But it's an interesting game, but Johnny Silverhand isn't the protagonist, really. Just like you said, a side piece,
Well,
so to speak.
depending on screen presence, that might change in a live action, but who knows?
Yeah, be interesting. That's why I want these two to actually do Neuromancer. But Neuromancer's coming. It's going to be a series, right?
That would be really cool. Yeah.
Isn't it on Apple TV
It
or
is
something?
supposed to come, but I don't know when.
Okay, I'm going to find out real quick. Apple TV Plus, right?
That's right.
Yeah, a new drama. So when? Oh, I don't know. That sucks. Okay. I'd have to hunt it down. You know what? We've got time. Let's move on. The next article is over in the Continuity Report as well. Disney Plus hits streaming gold again with Korean creator Kang Pol's Light Shop. The supernatural mystery series Light Shop has become Disney Plus's biggest Korean original premiere of 2024. According to data from its first 12 days of streaming, the show ranks as the second largest Korean series debut ever on the platform globally, trailing only Moving, both series created by webtoon artist Kangful, or Kangful. So, Naman Ramachandran over at Variety.com put this article together. And let's see. Light Shop follows 6 strangers who find themselves trapped in a dark and mysterious neighborhood with no memory of how they arrived. Each character grapples with traumatic events from their past as they navigate their surreal circumstances. Their search for answers leads them to a mysterious light shop at the end of a foreboding alleyway, which holds the key to understanding their past, present, and future. So this
premise sounds really interesting.
Really, really interesting. I don't know when this Neuromancer is going to come out. Sorry, I just pulled up some more.
I'll try to find that.
Okay. So it's an 8-part series, starring Ju Jin-hoon from Blood Free and Kingdom as it might be Jung. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Jung or Jung. Won Young, the enigmatic owner of the light shop. And stories produced in Asia Pacific have become a staple in general entertainment consumption. They are world-class productions with growing global resonance and deep, passionate fandoms worldwide, said Carol Choi, Executive VP of Original Content Strategy.
By the way, Neuromancer doesn't have a premiere date. They're expecting it in 2026.
Dear God. So this looks like an interesting show. I'm really interested in it. So we're going to have to take a look at it. But I haven't seen it at all. Not even a mention of it. But maybe I'm not looking in the right spot. Is it regional?
Or maybe, well, I wondered, is it even accessible or at least featured in different regions?
VPN to the rescue. Moving on. Last article. This one is over. What is going on with the layout? Weird. Something's borked, but that's okay. So, it's actually not. I might have to fix this. Anyway, if you love The Nightmare Before Christmas, you need to watch this 91% Rotten Tomatoes fantasy movie on Disney Plus this holiday season. For those who enjoyed a good seasonal classic, an underrated Tim Burton movie on Disney Plus is the perfect follow-up for The Nightmare Before Christmas. Let's just go over to the source. Dunk. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas one. Streaming numbers show it must-watch during both festivities. Fans watching it this month might be craving similar spooky vibes amidst the Christmas season, and this movie, with a 91% Rotten Tomato score, is just the thing. So James and the Giant Peach is available on Disney Plus with animation perfect for Nightmare Before Christmas fans. Tim Burton and Caroline's director's second movie together mixes live action with stop motion. Really? There was live action in James and the Giant Peach?
Well, I've never seen it. I didn't know that, though.
I don't remember. I'll have to watch it again. So the movie tells a hypnotizing tale that shares many elements with The Nightmare Before Christmas great. After meeting a magical man who offers him an escape from his cruel aunts, James befriends the talking bugs living inside a giant peach, and they sail across the ocean to reach the city where dreams come true. At times scarier than its predecessor, the film sets itself apart by featuring its own uniquely designed characters, an innovative mix of animation styles, and Academy-nominated songs. For all of its originality, James and the Giant Peach's aesthetic feels like something out of the same universe as The Nightmare Before Christmas, even responsible for the theory that Jack Skellington was a pirate. Interesting.
That is interesting. I wouldn't have ever considered these two to be similar.
But so this is Roald Dahl's movie. James and the Giant Peach is one of his books.
Yes, which I think that suggests that it could be on the same footing because, of course, like all the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, etc.
Interesting. So the Corpse Bride and Caroline's horror tropes make them perfect for Halloween without featuring the holiday. James and the Giant Peach's spooky elements are unconventional. So Dahl, known for both light and dark stories, commonly shied away from overusing common monsters such as ghosts, witches, vampires, etc. James and the Giant Peach's unusual horror can be overshadowed by the Halloween-coded creatures in either stop-motion movies by Burton or Selleck, like The Nightmare Before Christmas. So interesting. Gonna have to take a look at that. It's been so long. It's from 1996.
Well, yeah, I didn't even know when or that there was a movie. I mean, I'm familiar with the book, but
Interesting. So I don't know. We'll have to watch it, and you can compare it to the book because I don't think it doesn't ring a bell for me. But I remember the animation style or the cinematic style of it.
of James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And it's really, really interesting. So we'll have to take a look at it. Anyway, so if you love Nightmare Before Christmas, which is a Christmas/Halloween movie, then you'll dig James and the Giant Peach. So go and take a look. So we're going to rewind our film, and that's going to bring us back to the front page of the Continuity Report channel over at ohmtown.com. And I will say bye, and so will the AI.
Good night, hometown citizens. Thanks for joining us for the Continuity Report.
What's this? What's this? I'm changing scenes right now. What's this? What's this? I'm stopping the stream right now.